Hey, welcome to the new video. So in this lesson, we will cover one of the most critical parts of your migration setup, which is fields mapping. The migration wizard allows you to map fields between your source and target accounts for various objects. And basically, various objects can be migrated between different platforms and accounts. For example, I'm setting up the migration from Zendesk to Freshdesk, so I can see that I can migrate the fields. I can actually migrate objects such as agents, organizations, customers, tickets, and knowledge base objects, which are category sections in articles. If we look at the migration from Zendesk to Zendesk, we see that macros and triggers appear on the object list. If we are looking, for example, at the migration from Fresh Service to Halo, we see that changes and problems appear here, and I can map the fields for this object. So basically, the fields can be mapped for companies, contacts, tickets, changes, problems, articles, and macros and triggers if they are migrated. So mapping fields properly ensures that your custom and default fields data like statuses, priorities, some custom field information lands exactly where it should in the target system. Uh, so whenever you see the button map fields, everything behind that works in the same way. So we will check how the ticket fields mapping works, but it works in the same way for each and every object for which the fields mapping is available. So I'm clicking map fields. To migrate the data into custom fields into the fields, those fields need to exist in the target system. You have two ways to do that. Either use add the same field on the target button. For example, I have add the same field on Freshdesk. I can find in this list the field that I want to migrate, like the information in which I want to migrate, pick up this field and press add the same field on Freshdesk, and the migration wizard will automatically create the corresponding field on in your target account. If this option is not available, if you do not see the button to create the same field on Freshdesk, whatever your target is, simply go to your target account and create the custom fields yourself. Once it's there, you can refresh the page, close, open it again, and you will be able to see the field. So once your custom fields are ready, are created in the target account, you will need to map them. So the data from source fields goes to the target fields when the ticket migrates or when the contact company migrates if you map the fields for those objects. Migration Wizard supports flexible fields mapping, and as long as the field types compatible, so here you can see the field types, which field types can be mapped to which field types. Basically, you can map any text, numeric, or date field from source account to any text field on the target. For numeric fields must be mapped to numeric fields. Drop-down checkboxes, multi-select can be mapped interchangeably. So like you can map multi-select field into just a drop-down field, checkbox field to a drop-down field with the options and so on. So the fields that have predefined values can be mapped into each other. So let's map a few fields. We already previously discussed how the group mapping works. Um, it's kind of similar. For example, field type. I have field type in Zendesk and I have field type in Freshdesk. So as options here are identical, they are getting mapped on their own, but on Freshdesk I have some more field types. So if I want to change how the values will be preserved, like reflected in the migrated tickets, I can map that. For example, migrate all task tickets as feature request tickets. In Freshdesk, there is field product, which kind of similar as brand in Zendesk. So I want to map brand. Let me type brand here. Here it is. So, and here I'm mapping brand field to product field. So it shows us that field names not necessarily need to be the same. Like it's a drop-down field, brand is drop-down field, product is drop-down field, so I can map them. And I have a slight difference in the options. So I map the field, the tickets, the field in that way, the tickets from brand. Freshdesk team will go into product. Freshworks and Helpdesk migration and Trilokia brand mapped identically to Freshdesk product field because like, they exist there with the same names. Okay. Okay, what else we have here? For example, we have pending reason field. We see here a start symbol, just like red star symbol, that shows us that this field is required in Freshdesk. So basically, we cannot migrate closed tickets with empty field pending reason. Options are mapped identically, like more info required, tickets with pending reason, more info required will migrate as tickets with pending reason, more info required, and so on. But on Zendesk, this field is not required. So what I need to do, I need to define which value, which option will be set up in those tickets which migrate to Freshdesk where the field pending reason is empty. And here I can pick it up. So if tickets have no pending reason, I want them to be migrated as with pending reason waiting on vendor. You can pick up anything you want. So let's move on. Another thing, the platforms do not allow to set up the ticket ID of any IDs of the records that are migrated and apply automatically generated IDs to the migrated data. So when you migrate the ticket from Zendesk, it will have a different ID on Freshdesk side. But I do recommend preserving the original ticket problem change ID, whatever object you migrate in the migrated data, in case you need it for future reference. So to migrate the original ticket ID, you need, there are a few workarounds, but the easiest, you need to create a text field in Freshdesk. You will need to do that manually. I named it legacy ticket ID. It's a text field. So, and I map ID into that legacy ticket ID field. Basically, this will help to migrate ID of Zendesk ticket into this field. In many platforms, except of the ticket ID, there might be case number as in Salesforce or ticket number as in Kiyaka on-premise account. You can migrate these numbers as well. They will be named external ID or case number on the mapping in the list of all text fields. So you need just to create a text custom field in your target system and map external ID, case number, whatever from the source system into that custom text field, and that's it. If you do not want to have an extra field with the ticket ID, there are some alternative customizations. So what they can be, you can migrate ticket ID as a tag. You can add ticket ID to the subject of the migrated ticket, and you can add ticket ID as private comment of the migrated ticket. You cannot do that on the mapping page. You need to contact the Helpdesk migration team so they can apply this customization straight to your migration setup. So, and probably the last, what I wanted to show you is how multi-level fields migrate. So basically what the multi-level field is, for example, in Zendesk, I have a field location where I can pick up a country, then city, then a street. So like multi-level nested fields, they are called differently. That field is called in my Zendesk location, and in Freshdesk country. So they do not have the exact names. I need to change that. we need to map location into country, and what happens next. So here, this three-level field shows up as one field on the mapping. Here is my first level, Ukraine and Poland. Then my second level options go, and then third level options go. Here is also second level, third options. And what I need to do, I need to map the values, paying the attention specifically on the level. So basically, everything, like if we have just Ukraine, it doesn't matter what options we map to, unless the first option is Ukraine as well. Then we have Lviv, doesn't matter what the street is, should be just Lviv, Ukraine, Lviv, Lepkovo, like three option matches. Here is Ukraine, Ternopil, and we need to change that. For Poland, we also need to pick up any options that start with Poland. And here, Poland, Krakow, Kazimierza, and Poland, Krakow, Królewska. So basically, what we are paying attention to is if the options from the first and second and third level matches when we match different levels. So if I'm mapping just the option from the first level, Ukraine, only these things matter. So no matter if I map it this way or another way, as long as it starts with Ukraine, the data will migrate properly. And we are moving till the very last option. And as this field is required, I need to pick up some default option that will be set up in the migrated tickets in case if the location is empty in the source system. That's it. So what are the good options you can functions you can find on the mapping here is that you can collapse and expand custom fields. So if there are huge number of options, you can just hide them so they do not distract you from the mapping of the rest of the fields. And also you can use the check marks here mm, to flag fields that are finalized or just show to somebody that you already completed the mapping of this field. This is great feature when multiple people are working together on one migration. For example, if two people from the same team has access to the same migration and one person is responsible for the mapping of one set of the fields, another person is responsible for the mapping of another set of the fields, you can just use these checkboxes to show that the field is mapped. This does not influence the migration outcome or anything like that. It just used strictly to show that the field was mapped. I'm saving the mapping, and I will need to go through all of the objects. Of course, I will not be doing it right here, but when you're doing the mapping of the fields, you need to go through all of the objects and map the fields for all of them. If you do not see some fields on the mapping, if you cannot, seems that you cannot map some fields together, then just contact migration team and they will help you with everything. They might add some customization if that's not a straightforward fields mapping, and so on. So just to summarize what we just learned, either pick up the field and create the field from the migration wizard, or add the field manually in your target account. Always match field types where possible. So text field maps to text field, drop down to drop down fields, etc. Required fields must have values, so you will need to choose the default value as needed. You can use check marks and collapsing feature to organize mapping. And if you need any custom mapping solution, anything like that, just reach out to team and they will do everything for you. So that's everything you need to know about fields mapping, and in the next module, we will discuss the custom options which hide behind this button.